My family had been planning this road trip for months, a much needed break from the daily grind and a chance to bond on the open road. I vividly remember the excitement as we piled into our aging minivan, our suitcases and snacks in tow, the playlist of our favorite tunes setting the perfect backdrop for what we expected to be a flawless day. As the miles rolled by, however, the universe had a different plan. Our first misfortune struck when the car's engine started sputtering, and we found ourselves on the side of an empty highway with nothing but the vast desert and a slowly setting sun around us. With no roadside assistance immediately in sight, my dad's optimism began to waver. While we waited for a tow truck that was delayed by a series of inexplicable circumstances, tensions rose and nerves frayed. In a desperate bid to salvage the day, we decided to take a detour through what we thought was a scenic, less traveled road. That decision led us into a labyrinth of winding, unmarked trails that seemed more at home in a mystery novel than on any map. The GPS flickered and finally declared no signal found, leaving us to navigate by intuition and the half remembered advice of locals. The farther we drove, the more eerie the surroundings became, with dense clusters of trees and the occasional abandoned structure adding to the unsettling atmosphere. Matters only worsened when we reached a small town where the locals greeted us with cautious stares and whispered murmurs. It wasn't long before we discovered that we'd accidentally driven into an area known for its unreliable roads and its quirky, unpredictable residents. One particularly stormy afternoon, the skies opened up, unleashing a torrential downpour that transformed our detour into a near impossible challenge. The roads turned into rivers, and our minivan, already on the brink of giving up, struggled through puddles and mud. I remember my little sister clinging to her stuffed bear, her eyes wide with a mix of fear and awe at the sheer force of nature outside the windows. My mom, ever the pragmatic one, rallied us with calm reassurances, though her own voice betrayed a hint of desperation. We ended up huddled together in the back seat as the storm raged, our hopes of reaching our destination slipping away with every gust of wind. After hours of battling both the elements and our mounting frustrations, we finally managed to find shelter in a dilapidated motel on the outskirts of town. The room was a far cry from the cozy retreat we had imagined: creaking floorboards, a stubbornly malfunctioning heater, and an overwhelming sense that nothing could go right. Yet, in the midst of the chaos, we found something unexpected: a shared resilience that brought us closer together than ever before. That night, as we sat around a rickety table eating the motel's less than appetizing dinner, we laughed at the absurdity of our day. The mishaps, while frustrating at the time, became the kind of stories that we would reminisce about for years to come. It was a trip that, despite everything going wrong, reminded us of the unpredictable beauty of life and the strength found in family bonds. Even in our darkest moments, there was a spark of humor and hope, a reminder that sometimes the most memorable journeys are the ones that don't go as planned.